Hey guys, Christian here again, and as you can see my organized chaos here going on, I've been watching a number of videos about planting seeds or working with plants, things of botanical nature on YouTube, and I noticed everyone has this professional studio, and I'll tell you this, like if you work in the nursery business, there is nothing that is going to be like clean and properly, it's proper to clean up after certain amounts of time, but if you're spending all your time in a perfectly you know, dirt free studio, then working with plants is not your profession. Um, and this is not like a dig at them, I'm just stating that they're doing that for the sake of getting viewers. I'm doing this for the sake of showing you how this is actually done. And so, yeah, this is going to be a little bit messy. I hope to get it cleaned up very soon. I just been busy going to and from the nursery. And so, uh, someone had asked about me doing a video on growing Copernicias from seed. And so here I'm going to do, this is for Cuban Copernicias, although others aren't really that different, but because they grow in hot, humid climates, for the most part, almost all of them, you kind of want to give them a little of a pressure cooking situation. So this is and these are 2 months old in this bin. So you can see here that some seeds have been picked out. There's some seeds that have rotted, and there's seeds that they're germinated. The good thing about perlite is it doesn't really spread mold like dirt or other media would, because it's fairly sterile. So you can see there's obviously some, there's some rotted seeds there, the dark ones. And you can see that there's some germinated ones here, and they're not getting affected by the rotting going on here. And that's what's good about this community bin. What is growing is not getting affected by what is dying, I guess is the best way to explain. So right here in this little spot, you see there's a little space there. This area here is Copernicia baeliana. This area over here is Copernicia fallens. Now, I shouldn't be getting the amount of rot. I think that's due to the quality of the seed. Not much I can do about that right now, but I'm still getting a lot of germination, and I'm going to pot those up. So what I do is I put them in this bin. This perlite is moist to the touch. It's pretty much soaked, and you put the top on. You let it sit somewhere where it's at least 75 degrees, preferably over 85, and let it sit so it actually is over 90 in there. So you're essentially just pressure cooking them like you would a lot of other seeds that come from hot, humid climates, at least seasonally hot, humid climates. So from there, you're going to get this germinated seed, and I'm not going to pull this out because it's just been sitting there. But you want to take a one with a root about that size. They're usually not going to grow into the perlite. They're going to push themselves out because the perlite's pretty dense and it won't really allow for root formation. It'll actually push the seed away. So from there, let me pause here, and we're going to show up near the pot situation. So I'll show you how they're potted up. Okay, guys. So and gals, I've potted these up today, and these are all fallens. I wanted to get all the fallens out and then work on the baelianas. So the best thing to do is these Stewie tall pots. They're called the short one. Now they're going to be about 9 inches in depth and about 3.5 wide, maybe 4 inches wide. And they are they're really good for growing deeply rooted plants. I think I've mentioned this before. I don't know how to link anything, but it's stuewe.com. I normally don't want to just say, okay, yeah, I'm not trying to put a plug in for them, but they're really good pots, and I like them, and they're very durable. You can use them over and over. So they're very nice people too, extremely nice people, especially for like an industrial. You're just a hobbyist wanting to just buy a few pots. They sell things by the case. They'll sell you 15 pots if you want, and they're not going to treat you any differently than a commercial customer. So anyway, you want to put the root in, and you want to get it far enough down so that you don't want the root to push itself out of the soil. Now another thing we're going to discuss here is the soil situation. Most soils that you buy from the store, professional, a big box store, you get it from Professional Garden Center, they're going to be too they're not going to have good enough drainage. They're going to be too dense. So to lighten up the soil, we just use good old perlite. Perlite is the greatest thing for drainage. I cut it over 50% with ProMix, and it's like 60-40 perlite to ProMix. And so I mix it around, scoop it up. What I'll do is I'll plug a little hole in there for the root to lay in there, and I'll pop the seed down. I'll cover it up, and packing down the soil is essential. That way the root will grow down into the soil and not push itself back out from the pressure. And the hardest part about these pots is finding proper trays for that they will stand up, and they'll stand up on their own, as you can see. But I mean, I wouldn't do that on a regular basis. They can get knocked over very easily. They're top heavy. They do sell trays for them. I think I've also mentioned that, but just to reiterate in this video. So the important thing about these plants is that I would not put them in the shade. I would put them in sun. I would water them a lot. I put them in a hot area, just to allow them to, they're going to put down a root that's going to go probably down to the bottom of that pot. It's going to take at least a month for the first leaf to come up from when the first germination, when the root first comes out, when the seed first germinates. So don't be concerned if you don't. A couple weeks go by, you don't see a leaf, even a month and a half. It could take 2 months. These plants are not fast. That's why big plants are very expensive. And this goes for pretty much all species. Alba, Pernifera, Baliana, Philens, all the Cubans. I can't really think of one that this doesn't work with, but the key is to make sure that they are good drainage, lots of water, lots of heat, and you will get, and fresh seed, most importantly. And you will get a good germination rate. And so I would keep them in these pots. If you want to put them in the ground from here, you can. They'll probably grow in here for at least 2 years. If from here, you probably want to put them in a minimum of a 3-gallon pot, probably a 7, and that would probably be the best time to plant it in the ground. Or keep it in a pot if you have to. Bring it in and out of your greenhouse. But they're not fast growers. A full-grown 7-gallon Philens from this situation, or this pot size, is going to be 5 years. So but the patience will pay off. They're beautiful plants. They're rare, and there's really nothing quite like the leaf outline of a Copernicias Philens, even a Baliana. So anyways, that's really how I grow Copernicias. I know that's not much detail. If I can get a more proper studio where I can have a tripod and everything, I can kind of go through the process, and I don't have video editing software, so I have a 10-minute window to kind of discuss how I grow Copernicias. I hope this was helpful. If it was, click it a thumbs up, or comment down below. Just let me know what I can do to make these videos better, because I'm not a I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I don't mind starting more of these videos. I'm not a video editing person, so I don't know how to do this the best way. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you soon.